Hey, let's talk about this morning. Let's talk about this morning when the thrill is gone. Have you ever been in a relationship and it's like, oh my God, this thing is dying out. What do I do? You ever been in that kind of relationship and it's like, okay, what do I do? I don't feel the way I used to feel. Well, I need you to look at this text and that you've read many times, but I need you to see it differently this morning. That's Luke 8 6. Luke 8 6 7 and 8. Here it is. It says, some seed fell on rock, other seed fell on thorns, still other seed fell on good soil. Some seed fell on rock, some seed fell on thorns, and other seeds fell in good soil. You know what? Here is Jesus telling this parable about a farmer. And he is saying, this is how our relationship with God flows. When I look at this text, I see a similarity not only with our relationship with God, but with our relationship with others. I'm going to give you the text, I'm going to give you the talk, and I'm going to give you the takeaway. You ready? Let's get into it. What do you do when the thrill is gone in a relationship with the Lord, as well as relationships with those whom you are around you? The first thing is this, in the talk with the text. What happens when it's rootless? The thrill is gone because the relationship is rootless. In verse 13, it says that when they planted the seed, the farmer did, the seed never got any root. When you're in a relationship and the thrill is gone, check yourself to see whether or not there was any roots that ever grew. Same thing is true with our relationship with God. Same thing is true with our relationship with God. Sometimes we start out, I'm so excited, said, and the text says they started with great joy. It was all kinds of excitement. You know how it is at the first blush of a relationship. You're just all over the top. Same thing is true with our relationship with God. We're all over the top, and then we fail to grow roots because the situation finds itself into rocky ground. It's rootless. Second thing is, it's fruitless. When the thrill is gone, it's fruitless. Now, I need you to understand something. Most relationships have a seasonal flow. They have a seasonal flow. And so it is with our relationship with God. We go through summer, we go through fall, we go through winter, we go through spring. And if we're not careful through those seasons in our relationship with God and the seasons that we have with each other, it's going to end up being fruitless if you're not careful. And what was the situation there in verse 14? It says this. When Jesus explains the text, he says this, that it ran into thorns. When you get into conflict, and if you don't know how to work through conflict, not only just in your relationship with God, but in your relationship with others, if you can't work through conflict, thorny situations will make the relationship fruitless. And the thrill will leave. Trust me, it will. Here's the third thing in the talk about the text before I give you the takeaway. Third thing is found in verse 15, and it is lifeless. It is lifeless. Now, the text tells us in verse 15, it says, look, when you plant in good soil, there's going to be some life that comes out of it. When the thrill is gone in your relationships, whatever that relationship is, spouse, children, friend, check to see whether the roots are deep. Check to see whether or not there's any fruit coming up or not because of the thorny conflicts that you've had. Check and see whether it's lifeless because it was never grounded in the heart. In that verse 15, it says that out of good soil, out of the heart, grows what's going to happen in that relationship. So, Bishop, what do we do? So, say, hey, the thrill is gone. BB King is singing, and I can hear him in the echo in the room. What do I do now? Here's your takeaway. God didn't leave, and God didn't change. You did. check yourself and see where your heart is. Because God never left, He remained there. And Jesus says, if that seed is planted there, it will eventually grow. Lord be with you today. May His face shine upon you and give you peace. Share the manna, especially if somebody is struggling with the seasons and the waning and the thrill is gone. It can come back. God bless you.